Yo, what up, Toshi here. Today, we're going to be doing an account review. Now, I was going to wait until I hit 35, UL 35 to do the account review, but I'm going to do it now just to get this video out the way because I'm not going to see any major improvements to my account until, like, I want to say, like, 40, where you'll start hitting, like, the in-game for real, and I'll have more characters built and stuff in the process. But anyways, let's hop into the video. Alright, so first of all, I religiously use Danijin. I don't really use any other damage dealer right now, just because I find her the most fun to use. I do, like I said, like her design a lot. Now, when we were talking about the reroll plan in the beginning, before the game launched, right? The importance of that was to get a head start, right? As with any gacha game you're familiar with. Well, I got the head start, but I didn't realize how much more I was going to enjoy Danijin to the point where I don't use any other damage dealers right now. Unless I'm in like Tower Adversity and I need to have multiple teams, of course, right? To take advantage of the buffs and stuff like that. But just so works in our favor that the buffs we have right now is good for both Danijin and Jiyan. So I can just cycle between both characters if I see fit. I have been having this dilemma whether or not I want to pull for dupes on the current Jiyan banner before Yinlin does roll around. Just because Danijin is going to be a lot harder to target as a 4-star going forward. Unless this game gives out like 4-star selectors, so on and so forth. I don't know if we'll get 4-star selectors now, but I believe that Danijin has some of the best early dupes. Like E1 gives it E1. Oh my god, not Eidolons. Sequence are they called sequences? They're like resonance something, right? So she has the best RS or whatever they're called in this game. The first one gives you 30% attack increase, right, which is huge. You do lose stacks if you do take hits. You are incentivized on this character, of course, to dodge every attack, though, just because you'll be juggling with your HP and you'll be low. Like, one hit from the enemy, you're dead, pretty much. But you are incentivized to dodge with this more so. But you stack this really fast to the point where it's like, if you do take a hit, and let's say you're not, one-tapped, then you will get the stack back easily when you are doing her combo again. Getting these stacks are really, really easy. So it's a 100% uptime, 30% attack increase, which is very massive for a main DPS, right? And then her second copy, allows the character to increase her damage after using her skill, which, again, it gives her more DPS as a main DPS. So it counts for all, just her elemental skill, her basic, her forte circuit, right? And then she gets this a damage increase too for her ultimate. Now the ultimate doesn't really do as much damage as compared to the rest of the character's kit. Believe me, I am very happy that this character is an ultimate focus like Jiyan. It makes her a lot more a bliss to use in the open world. Obviously Jiyan, if he does have energy, he's a lot easier and a lot more versatile to use in open world because of his AoE. But Danijin not being ult dependent makes her so good for the open world. I cannot express this enough. You just have to have 100+ revives ready to go in your inventory, right? But then after this, like, she has some good dupes along the way. Like the 30% havoc damage bonus is really solid. But you're going really deep at this point if you are pulling past the second dupe. Then you are reaching like pity territory on the banner, and like Yinlin is around the corner. Probably not a good idea. So, since I do use Danijin for the most part, most of my characters are underbuilt, I can say for certain. Verena has been built just because she's super flexible to slot into any team, right? The damage bonus is so good. It lasts forever. She has a bunch of emergency heals. Very little field time. She feels so good to use. The best character in the game by far. I have been building up Yang Yang to have synergy alongside Jiyan. I found these two to be very nice to use, especially early game for me, because Jiyan, like I said, has trouble getting his ultimate as an ultimate focus damage dealer. So Yang Yang giving a bunch of energy to him feels really, really solid. I know that Jiyan has nice synergy with Mortefi when you hit the end game and you take advantage of the buff we currently have for Tower Adversity, where you are getting the energy, right, for Jiyan with the energy regen they're giving you. So Mortefi has more value there. But I've just found Yang Yang to be a blast to use alongside Jiyan because of them both being arrow damage dealers, right? And then, of course, the character is giving so much energy to the character that you swap into, which feels nice for Jiyan. Now, like I said, Mortefi giving you more heavy damage is just going to help you out in the in-game where you're going to squeeze out as much damage as you can, especially when you're on a time limit, right? You're on a time limit, you probably want to squeeze out as much damage as you can. But for the overall, I found these two to be so solid to use with one another. I have been working on Encore. The thing is, I found with building more than 2 damage dealers on my account right now is that we are pretty much in a resource drop just because it's early game, right? You are pretty much dependent on the amount of stamina you get daily. So if you are using your stamina on building your characters, right, you have to build the character, build their weapon, ascend the character, you have to level up their skills. There's so much to level up in this game right now. And if you are building both a DPS, a support, and then like a buffer, and you're doing this for two teams, I mean, you know, your other characters are going to be lacking behind, especially if you are not getting those extra resources from spending on the BP, or you're not even spending money to refresh your stamina or use your gems to refresh your stamina daily, which is bad, by the way. Let me just preface that. Refreshing for like free to play is awful, just because you will eventually get the characters leveled up. As far as I'm concerned, this game is a lot more friendly with level up characters than I experienced with Genshin Impact at the very least. And then I do want to get Calcharo ready to go within the next 2 weeks for Yinlin to arrive in the game. I'll be 40 by then. Not IRL, right? In game. I'll be 40 by then. So I will have Calcharo ready to go, hopefully, as a DPS to use alongside Yinlin. So I'm definitely excited to see what they're both all about. Oh yeah, and about the Danijin team, I've been hearing that Havoc Rover has been really solid to use alongside Danijin. I just haven't finished the story yet because it takes super duper long, I heard. So I was not looking forward to starting the story, but after this video, I will get the story completed. I gotta level up Havoc Rover, or excuse me, I gotta level up Rover because Rover is level 6. Obviously, level 6 Rover is not gonna be, especially if you are dealing damage with the character, right, is not going to be a good character to use alongside your other damage dealer, right? Damage dealers, you have to go all the way with levels because, you know, more attack, more base attack, higher stats means more raw damage output. Supports you can kind of be lenient on, right, if you are just using them to just buff up your main damage dealer. But Havoc, Rover, I need to level all the way. So this is going to be the next character I build. And I'm going to definitely put the Arrow team on the back burner for now and the Fusion team as well. But afterwards, I definitely will start contributing towards Encore. I don't know if maybe I'll just put Encore to the side and start working on Calcharo. So yeah, that's pretty much all the 5-stars I do have. I am working towards getting the next 5-star from the Selector Bandit, which is going to be Zhang Xing. Now, you can pull for a dupe for like a character you're using all the time, right? So like if you are using Encore all the time, I don't know if her first dupe is good per se. This one gives you a fusion damage bonus and it stacks up to 4 times. You get a 12% fusion damage bonus. I don't know if that's worth, you know, going towards a dupe for, but considering how much damage output she has as a main DPS and how much field time she requires, this is really solid, but I don't think it's worth getting over a new 5-star, right, for just a 12% damage increase for Encore when you can get that 12% damage increase from Echoes, your support, so on and so forth, right? Zhang Xing, though, I do want to build this character just because she seems like she's going to be a nice character for someone like me that has skill issue, right? We'll see, though. I think I can slot into a team with Jian, but I don't know how good their synergy actually is. You know, on paper, it sounds decent, but it probably isn't anything special. And I thought about Ling Yang, but to be honest, Ling Yang just sucks, right? This was actually the first character I did receive in the CBT when I played back then. And I did not really enjoy him too much, to be honest. I was very, very salty. I just honestly quit the CBT at that point when I got him because I was looking forward to getting Verena, but I got Ling Yang, so I was very pissed. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a short, sweet account review. This account is still free to play, of course, right? I'm trying to see how far I can get with being free to play, but I do want to collect all the characters because I do want to make more videos going forward, right? Going over characters you should pull, so on and so forth. Give more character reviews, overviews, and all that jazz. There's going to be a video here. Thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.